Is your favorite Dobbies garden center about to disappear? For thousands of gardeners, the news of store closures is more than just an inconvenience, it's a potential disruption to their spring planting plans and a loss of a beloved community hub. Dobbies, Britain's largest garden retailer, is undergoing a major restructuring, and the impact will be felt across the country. But here's where it gets controversial. 8 Dobbies stores are slated to shut their doors in 2025. While the company assures that the majority of locations will remain open, this decision has sparked uncertainty among shoppers, staff, and local suppliers alike. Everyone's asking the same questions: what are the exact closure dates? What happens to my gift cards? What about existing orders and warranties? Let's dig into the details. What Dobbies has officially announced. Dobbies has confirmed that 8 garden centers will be closing as part of a strategic refocus. This plan aims to concentrate resources on their most successful locations, boost overall profitability, and direct investment towards sites with high customer traffic and robust sales figures. Crucially, Dobbies states that they are consulting with store teams affected by the closures. The company is also guiding affected customers to alternative Dobbies locations and their online store. This refocusing means resources will be withdrawn from some communities, but the goal is to strengthen the company as a whole and provide a better experience for customers at the remaining locations. For example, if a smaller store is closed, the nearest larger store might see improvements in its cafe, expanded product selections, or even more staff to help customers. To clarify, 8 Dobbies garden centers will cease operations in 2025. The restructuring is designed to channel resources towards the chain's strongest performing sites. This is a nationwide decision, but the impacts will be felt intensely at the local level. Some communities will lose a cherished destination for weekend family outings, casual coffee gatherings, and seasonal shopping sprees. Other areas might experience increased demand at nearby stores, potentially leading to busier cafes and longer queues during peak gardening seasons. Think about it, your leisurely weekend browse might now involve a longer drive and battling crowds for that perfect tomato plant. Why now? Unpacking the reasons behind the closures. Garden centers experienced a surge in popularity during the pandemic lockdowns, as many households invested in their gardens as a source of solace and recreation. However, that initial boom has subsided. Discretionary spending has tightened significantly due to the rising cost of living. Energy costs remain high, which is particularly relevant for businesses operating heated greenhouses and on-site restaurants. Moreover, business rates and labor costs continue to climb steadily. In response to these challenges, many retailers have opted to streamline their operations and invest in higher-performing locations, rather than sustaining less profitable ones. This is a common trend across the retail landscape right now. Dobbies, as a leading player in the garden retail sector, is essentially following this established playbook. The company is aligning its physical footprint with current market demand and simplifying its logistical operations. Larger, destination-style centers that feature attractive cafes, well-stocked food halls, and diverse concessions tend to be more financially resilient. Conversely, smaller or older sites often face higher maintenance requirements and generate lower average transaction values. And this is the part most people miss. These smaller stores simply can't compete with the larger, more modern locations that offer a wider range of products and experiences. What this means for you, the shopper. For the majority of Dobbies customers, their nearby stores will remain open and unaffected. However, for those whose local Dobbies is on the closure list, a series of practical questions arise immediately. What will happen to my gift cards? Can I still use click and collect services? What about pre-orders for furniture? And what about the guarantees on my plants? If your local Dobbies store is slated for closure, it's crucial to act promptly. Here's a breakdown of what you need to do. Gift cards. Spend your gift cards as soon as possible at open stores or online, if the online store accepts them. Make sure to keep a record of the card number and your receipts. Orders and deliveries. Contact Dobbies customer service immediately to confirm delivery dates for any outstanding orders or to explore alternative arrangements. Returns. Inquire about where returns will be accepted after the store's final trading day. Plant guarantees. Retain your proof of purchase and diligently follow the recommended care instructions to maintain the validity of any extended plant guarantees. Loyalty points. Check your Dobbies loyalty account and redeem any accumulated points before they expire. Navigating online orders, deliveries, and furniture purchases. Large items, such as garden sheds, barbecues, and outdoor furniture, may be shipped directly from a central warehouse or a partner supplier. If your local store is closing, delivery may still proceed as scheduled if the stock is located elsewhere. However, if the item was exclusive to the closing store, you should request an equivalent product or a full refund. In the event of any delays, ensure you obtain written confirmation of revised delivery dates and any agreed-upon substitutions. If a refund is necessary and you made the purchase using a credit card, you may be eligible for protection under Section 75 of the Consumer Credit Act for purchases between £100 and £30,000. Debit cards may also offer chargeback options in certain circumstances. To expedite the refund process, retain all relevant emails, order confirmations, and photographs documenting any product faults. Where are the closures happening? Dobbies has officially confirmed 8 store closures for 2025. Specific details regarding the affected stores and their respective closure dates are being communicated locally. Customers are advised to check in-store notices and monitor company updates for information on the final trading day and the location of the nearest alternative Dobbies branch. The final trading days will vary from site to site. Check local notices for announcements about the last day of cafe service, delivery cutoff dates, and returns windows. Stage what shoppers should do. Announcement made: verify your store's status and note the last trading day. 2. 4 weeks to go: use gift cards and loyalty points, confirm pending deliveries. Final week: return unwanted items, collect click and collect orders, save receipts. After closure: direct queries to the nearest open store or customer services. The impact on jobs, communities, and local suppliers. Restructuring initiatives inevitably raise concerns for employees. Typically, consultations will explore options such as redeployment to nearby stores, voluntary relocation, and redundancy packages that comply with UK employment law and reflect length of service. Local cafes and craft suppliers that depend on foot traffic from the garden centre may also experience a negative impact. However, some sites could attract new tenants, such as discount retailers or leisure operators, potentially restoring jobs in the long term. Communities sometimes rally together to preserve valued amenities. In certain cases, parish councils and local investors have supported smaller farm shop conversions or the establishment of independent garden outlets on former retail sites. While this model may not be viable for every location, it can succeed where sufficient demand and adequate parking facilities exist. This is certainly an area where community input could make a difference. Prices, promotions, and clearance sales. Closing stores often host clearance events to liquidate remaining inventory. You can often find bargains on seasonal decorations, planters, and furniture. However, carefully inspect items for missing parts, cosmetic damage, and shortened warranties before making a purchase. When buying plants, examine the roots, foliage, and moisture levels. While water stress can often be rectified, pests and diseases are more difficult to treat. Request a care sheet to support any existing guarantee. The bigger picture: a shake-up in garden retail. The British garden retail sector is constantly evolving. Larger garden centres are increasingly incorporating features such as cafes, soft play areas, food halls, and homeware sections to boost average transaction values and mitigate seasonal fluctuations in demand. Online product ranges now encompass bulky items and subscription services for compost and fertilizers. Partnerships with food and beverage brands are also being forged to attract weekday foot traffic. Consolidation is a common trend, with stronger sites receiving investment in improved car parks, indoor seating areas, and energy-efficient greenhouses. This is all about creating a destination, not just a shop. These closures suggest that Dobbies is aiming for a leaner core business with improved profit margins. This approach mirrors similar strategies being adopted across high street retail and the DIY sector. Customers continue to value in-person plant advice and relaxing cafe stops. The challenge lies in maintaining that desirable experience while simultaneously reducing costs and streamlining the store network. Practical tips if your local Dobbies is affected. Scan or photograph all receipts, particularly for furniture, barbecues, and machinery. Register appliances and power tools with the manufacturers to secure warranty coverage. If you have multiple Dobbies gift cards, consolidate the balances and use them as soon as possible. Schedule deliveries for dates when you can be present to inspect the items upon arrival. If you need to travel farther to reach an open Dobbies store, combine your visit with seasonal events to maximize your time and fuel efficiency. Extra help for gardeners.